Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we have something fun and thought-provoking for you. 12 riddles that will reveal your true personality type. These aren't your typical questions. They're designed to test how you think, solve problems, and react in tricky situations. So get ready for a mental workout and see what your answers say about you. Let's jump right in. Riddles number 1. The candle riddle. You walk into a dark room with a matchstick. There's a candle, an oil lamp, and a fireplace. Which one do you light first? Your time starts now. Answer is, you light the matchstick first. If you said the matchstick, you're a logical thinker who approaches problems step by step. You understand the process and prioritize the necessary tools first. Riddles number 2. The bridge riddle. 4 people need to cross a bridge at night with one flashlight. They can only cross in pairs, and each pair must use the flashlight. Their crossing times are 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and 10 minutes. What's the fastest way to get everyone across? Your time starts now. The answer is, the fastest way is to have the 1 minute and 2 minute person cross first. Then the 1 minute person returns. The 5 minute and 10 minute people cross together, and the 2 minute person returns. Finally, the 1 minute and 2 minute people cross again, totaling 17 minutes. If you figured this out, you're a strategic planner who enjoys breaking down problems and finding efficient solutions. If you struggled, you may be more intuitive and spontaneous in your thinking. Riddle number 3, the river riddle. You're on one side of a river with a wolf, a goat, and a cabbage. You can only take one item across at a time. But if you leave the wolf and the goat alone, the wolf will eat the goat. If you leave the goat and the cabbage alone, the goat will eat the cabbage. How do you get them all across safely? Your time starts now. Take the goat first. Return alone. Take the wolf. Bring the goat back. Take the cabbage, and finally, return for the goat. If you solve this one, you have strong problem-solving skills and an ability to think ahead. If you didn't, you might approach challenges with a more creative or outside-the-box mindset. Riddle number 4. The 2 doors riddle. You're standing in front of 2 doors. One leads to safety, the other to danger. 2 guards stand by the doors. One always tells the truth, and one always lies. You can ask only one guard-only question. What do you ask? Your time starts now. The answer is, you ask either guard. If I were to ask the other guard which door leads to safety, what would they say? Then take the opposite door. If you thought of this question, you're logical and good at spotting contradictions. If it took you a while to come up with it, you might be more intuitive and focused on understanding the deeper meaning. Riddle number 5, the clock riddle. A clock shows 3:15. What's the angle between the hour and minute hands? Your time starts now. The angle is 7.5 degrees. If you figured this out, you're precise and detail-oriented. If not, you might rely more on intuition than on focusing on specific details. Riddle number 6, the missing dollar riddle. 3 people check into a hotel room that costs $30. They each pay $10. Later, the hotel realizes it only costs $25, so the bellboy returns $5. The bellboy keeps $2 and gives $1 back to each person. Now, each guest has paid $9, totaling $27,000. Where's the missing dollar? Your time starts now. There's no missing dollar. It's a trick question. The 27 includes the 2 the bellboy kept, so the remaining $25 is the price of the room. If you realized it was a trick, you're good at spotting logical fallacies. If you struggled, you might sometimes get caught up in misleading detail. Riddle number 7. The room with no exits. You're trapped in a room with no windows and doors, but you have a mirror and a table. How do you escape? Your time starts now. Look in the mirror, see what you saw. Take the saw, cut the table in half. 2 halves make a hole, and climb out through the hole. If you got the answer, you think outside the box and are creative in finding solutions. If not, you may rely more on logical reasoning. Riddle number 8. The rope riddle. You have 2 ropes and a lighter. Each rope takes exactly 60 minutes to burn, but it doesn't burn evenly. How do you measure exactly 45 minutes? Your time starts now. Light one rope at both ends and the other at one end. When the first rope burns out in 30 minutes, light the second rope at the other end, which will burn in 15 minutes, totaling 45 minutes. Have you figured it out? You think logically and understand unconventional problem solving. If you didn't, you might be more focused on traditional methods. Riddle number 9. The stuck car riddle. You're stuck in your car in a snowstorm. You have a half-full water bottle, a dying phone, and a nearly empty gas tank. What's your best course of action? Your time starts now. Conserve your resources, keep warm, and use your phone wisely to call for help. If you said to keep the engine running, you might act impulsively. If you planned to conserve resources, you're practical and know how to handle tough situations. Riddle number 10. The word riddle. I start with E, end with E, and contain only one letter. What am I? Your time starts now. An envelope. If you got this one, you think laterally and can see past the obvious. If not, you may focus more on straightforward or literal answers. Riddle number 11. The family riddle. A father and son get into a car accident. The father dies instantly. The son is rushed to the hospital, but the surgeon says, "I can't operate on him, he's my son." How is this possible? Your time starts now. Because the surgeon is the boy's mother. If you figured this out, you likely think flexibly and are open-minded. If you didn't, this might suggest unconscious biases. Riddle number 12. The lightbulb riddle. You're in a room with 3 light switches. Each switch controls 1 of 3 bulbs in another room. You can flip the switches, but you may only enter the room once. How do you determine which switch controls which bulb? Your time starts now. Turn one switch on for a while, turn it off, then turn the second switch on. When you enter the room, the bulb that's off and warm is the first switch, the lit one is the second. and the cold one is the third. If you got this right, you're great at following procedures and applying logic to a situation. If not, you may rely more on trial and error. Pick your next challenge and make sure to like and subscribe.